For me personally, the first like 8 hours or so of this game are not good at all. It gets much, much better after that. Like, it really picks up.
Crimson Desert makes a terrible first impression. In fact, the first 10 hours of this game might be up there with the worst openings of any title I have ever played.
Everyone's saying this takes hours to get good. Well, I've played 10, and I think they're wrong. Hi, I'm Dave from Can It Casual. Like you, I've only got a few hours a week to play games, so I want to make sure it counts. On this channel, I play one game for 2 hours a night over 5 nights, and at the end I answer one very simple question. Can it casual? Okay, I admit it. I went into this one with preconceived ideas of how it was going to go. I watched the release of Crimson Desert and subsequent reviews with an air of learned cynicism, honestly expecting it to be a flop. So when it wasn't, I was very pleasantly surprised. But each review I watched had a similar repeating sentiment. The game is absolutely massive. Stick with it. It gets good after a while. And that isn't a great sell for someone like me. I've got no issue committing to a game, but slogging my way through something for weeks before potentially hitting a reward is just not something I'm willing to do anymore. I fully expected to be overwhelmed with the abundance of systems I'd seen on display and for each session to be the slog I'd been warned of. And then I started playing, and it wasn't overwhelming. It was slow. Really slow. What was weird though was that slowness wasn't unwelcome. Instead of throwing absolutely everything the game had to offer at me or come at me with a narrative that drives urgency, it just sort of let me exist in the world. I spent my first initial hours with the game fully exploring the first town you come to. I spoke with everyone I could.
Me baby's gone and called me. Me baby's gone and called me. Me baby's gone and called me Pa at last.
So after that, I stopped talking to anybody labelled stranger or guard. But there was something oddly fulfilling about turning every unknown label into a learned discovery. Tiny little dopamine hits, like ticking off a to-do list. As a side note, there is something a little amusing about not knowing what a donkey is until you steal one. And somewhere in all of this, my expectations started to change. This enormous action-heavy RPG barely had me fighting anyone. My second session only had one combat encounter across the whole 2 hours. Instead, I was exploring, helping people, doing small, low-stakes quests. Look, I can't deny, Cliff is a giant empty person. He's not dripping in main character energy, nor am I expecting to be quoting him anytime soon. But once I'd slapped him in a full suit of armor, including a helmet that modulated his voice, he did begin to remind me of someone. The game doesn't want to rush you. There's no urgency. There's no looming pressure. I'm not being asked to save the world right now. I'm just being asked to exist in it, and maybe do a bit of good while I'm here. That is when I realized I'd been looking at this game completely wrong. This is a cozy game. It's just disguised as a massive action RPG. There was a moment where I was hammering in tent pegs to set up camp, then I served food to the workers who'd helped me, and I just sat there thinking, this is it, isn't it? It's not the huge battles. It's not the massive spectacle. It's this. And honestly, I loved it. For someone like me, it works perfectly. Every 2-hour session feels complete. There's no pressure to push on, no sense that I'm falling behind, no need to optimize everything. I just dropped in, spent some time in the world, and then left when I was ready. And even better, thanks to all of those pre-warnings about sticking with it, there's a really cool looking action game waiting for me the longer I play. And when the game stumbles with repetitive NPC dialogue, systems that are a little shallow, quests that don't quite land, even when I found my first bugged NPC that just never triggered his cutscene, none of it actually made me want to stop playing. I can completely see why people are saying the game takes forever to get good. If you're expecting constant action and spectacle, then yeah, it probably does. But I think that misses the point. After only 10 hours, I'm having a great time. Not because it suddenly became something, but because I've accepted what the game actually is. Cozy. So, can Crimson Desert casual? Yeah. Honestly, I really didn't expect to be saying that. I think the marketing for this game has been slightly off. It sold spectacle, but I've been playing something much quieter. Crimson Desert isn't asking you to spend 100 hours before it'll get good. It offers you the chance to spend a couple of hours in its world, and if the mood takes you, do a little bit of good while you're there. Thanks for watching. What about you? Have you tried looking at this through the cozy lens? Willing to give it another go with that in mind? Have you managed to hit that gets good mark? Either way, let me know how you got on, what games you'd like to find out can casual, and I'll see you next time.
Quickly! Tend to my wounds!
Boy, That escalated quickly.